Good morning, Bears. It's going to be a fantastic day. We are reporting live from Arch Studio. Today is Friday, December 9th. It is the 68th day of school. The time is 7:53.
I'm Leo. Good morning, Hi, Leo. Please pause and join us in the moment of silence. Please stand and join us to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we have the birthday report. We would like to wish a happy birthday to Cyrus Pellish, Jacqueline Shearer, Miles Post. Celebrating birthdays over the week are Sarah McMillan and Jack Noggle.
Happy birthday!
Now back to Natalie with breaking news.
Congratulations to Connor McKinley for winning the Geography Bee.
Good job, Connor!
Now for today's weather report.
Good morning. Good morning. This is meteorologist Trinity from Mrs. Howard's room reporting with the weather report. Today we are expecting to have a cold day. The chance of precipitation is 0%. The high temperature will be around 38 degrees. Be prepared to wear pants and a heavy jacket when you go outside today. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you ready for some winter trivia? The most snow fallen ever recorded in 24 hours in the United States was in Colorado. 76 inches of snow fell. The largest recorded snowman ever built was in Maine. It was 113 feet tall.
Now, hold on a second. Now, boys and girls, do you know what 72 inches represents? How many feet? I'll give, Prescott, how many?
4.
Oh, I think it's more than that, isn't it?
Oh, wait, no, 6.
6 feet. That means as tall as Mr. Davis is, that's how much snow fell in one day. That is crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Now to Kaylee with more news.
Did you recognize today's background? It is one of the planets. Can you guess which one it is? If you guessed Mars, you are correct. Now to Leo to introduce our special guest.
We have our special Friday guest, Mr. Davis. He will tell us the Bears Den students and the Manners Matter students.
Oh, yeah, we got a long list today, so I'm not going to talk a lot, teachers. I know you're really excited about getting into your day, but the first thing I am going to say is it is Manners Matter Day, which means that we're going to be calling out all the nominees for our Manners Matter Awards for November, so congratulations to these students. And so I don't want to get the Manners Matter and the Bears Den mixed up. So I'm going to let's start with the Manners Matter. So these are all Manners Matter. And remember, when you're a Manners Matter kid, I have my T-shirt on, but you get a T-shirt. Come over here, Eliana. All right. So remember, when you're a Manners Matter kid, lean this way, lean this way, lean this way. There you go. You get one of these shirts, or we actually have our Camp STEMovation shirts. So just want to say congratulations to the kids that I'm going to be naming. And I think this is a great time to remind you, there's a lot of excitement in the air. Wouldn't you say, kiddos?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so much excitement in the air. It's just that time of year, the holidays, just all the anticipation. But it's also a time where we need to make sure that we are making good choices and we are staying calm and collected, and we're just using good manners, because it's that time of year when we want to be thankful and at the same time be kind and courteous to others. So keep that in mind when you're in the hallway, when you're in the bathroom. I know you guys are busy and excited, but let's keep that in mind. All right, you guys ready for the Manners Matter Awards? Oh, by the way, congratulations to Connor. Nice job. I got to say it again. He did an outstanding job. Keegan, Cameron, all of you guys that were in the B yesterday. I was so impressed. All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to go through them pretty fast. So is everybody listening? Teachers, you got those volumes up, because this is exciting times. Free T-shirts. You got to love those. Whew. Okay, here we go. starting in Mrs. Ship's room. Mrs. Ship, would you go over and give Daria a big hug? Congratulations, Daria. All right, here we go. Bordonia, Miss Bordonia, Ryan Spadilla. Mrs. Joseph's class, Chloe Casera. Yay. Miss Foster's AM class, are you listening? Clark Jones, way to go. Mrs. Foster's PM class is Ava Frederick. I'm going to go and find her later. Mrs. Workman, Ashton Gauze is our man. Mrs. Hash, Maddie Rollins. Mrs. Herbert, Jordan Smith. Mrs. Owen, and Mrs. Bigler, Christian Vidito. Mrs. Patterson, Cameron Scheck. Mrs. Doherty, Taylor Huff. Mrs. Groff, Amelia Zen. Mrs. Stokely, Zeke Martinez. Mrs. Berg, Kenya Escamilla Ruiz. Mrs. Childs, Hudson Ledford. Mr. Lawson, Caitlin Thomas. Mrs. Lyman, Parker Allman. Mrs. Surma, oh, I better pause. Cade Reynolds. Mrs. Jewell, Sasha Danchek. Mr. Hathaway, Jeremy Brown. Mrs. Holler, Luke Watts. And Mrs. Parker, Vincenzo Cusack. Cusack, I think I said that right. Mrs. Eisenhower, up to 5th grade, Miley Partlow. Good job. Millie, I always do that. It's Millie, not Miley, Millie. Mrs. Mackey, Ashley Gingrich. Mr. Muldowney's class, Sarah, wait a second. Ashley and Sarah both, congratulations. That's awesome. And last but certainly not least, Mrs. Sines, give Zoe Peters a big hug. Congratulations, Zoe. We'll catch up with her if she's not here. So congratulations to all those boys and girls. That was a lot of names. Man, that's exciting time. So make sure you come right on down. Mr. T and Mrs. Jernell are helping to pass out t-shirts, and we're going to take a big group picture. All right. Now we're going to separate it a little bit real fast. We're going to do our Bears Den. I'm going to do it very quickly, so pay attention. All right, we're starting in kindergarten. Let's see, this is kindergarten. Mrs. Workman and Mrs. Ship's class, Mason Harris, way to go. Now, these are Bears Den, so you're going to come up and get your picture taken and get your certificate, okay? These are different than the Manners Matter. Bears Den. Mason Harris from 1st grade, Griffin Allman, yay, Griffin. From Mrs. Groff's 2nd grade class, Dax Cruz, way to go, buddy. Mrs. Berg, this is Emily, and I'm not sure which Emily. I'm wondering if it's Emily Perrault, but I'm not sure. Mrs. Berg, you know who I'm talking about. All right, let's see here. From Mrs. Parker's class, it's Olivia, I'm assuming Vanderpost. Congratulations. And Mr. Muldowney's class, it's Abby W. Congratulations to all those Bears Dinners. Come on down, and I'm going to hand the mic over. Have a great weekend and stay warm, guys.
Please join us to recite our daily pledge. Today I will do more than I have to do. I will treat others as I want to be treated, and I'll try to become a better person. What are the 3 R's?
Responsible, respectful,
and ready to learn.
Have a fabulous Friday. Remember, manners matter.